Welcome to Quiz Class. I'm Ellen, your host, and today we have a 100 question general knowledge quiz. Please share your score in the comments, and let's begin. Which profession uses the tilt shift technique? Circus, photography, or printing? Photography. Who among the American poets of the 19th century produced more than 1,000 poems that were eventually published between 1890 and 1945? Judith Vollmer, Emily Dickinson, or Brenda K. Winters? Emily Dickinson. Marie, a two-time Nobel winner, and Pierre, another laureate, had what last name? Brown, Smith, or Curie? Curie. Which of these is in the thoracic cavity of a human? The lungs, spleen, or pancreas? The spleen is the answer. Where did the massacre of Salas Puedes, a planned effort to wipe out an indigenous population, take place in 1831? Uruguay, New Zealand, or New Mexico? Uruguay. Before Sebastian Loeb in 2008, only 3 non-Scandinavians had won the Rally of Finland since it was first held in 1951. Which one of these is not included? Martin, Tate, or Colin McRae? Colin McRae. One of the oldest and deepest lakes in its continental area, Lake Ohrid, is located where? North Macedonia and Albania, Western Scotland, or Eastern Canada? North Macedonia and Albania. What does the word agnate or agnatic mean? Related through male descent, connected, or an heir to the throne with no significance yet? Related through male descent. Who took control in Fiji during a coup in 2006? Mahendra Chaudhry, Frank Bainimarama, or George Speight? Frank Bainimarama. And number 10, what is the scientific study of plate tectonics, the geology of the seafloor, ocean currents, and geophysical fluid dynamics inside and beyond marine boundaries? Marinology, oceanography, or seismology? Oceanography is the answer. Where is the Mesa Verde National Park with its historic cliff cities located? Brazil, Spain, or the United States? And the answer is the United States. Let's go to number 12. What phrase best describes how vowel sounds recur in words? Assimilation, assonance, or alliteration? Assonance is the answer. What era of Japanese history is the setting of the game Trek to Yomi? Edo or Tokugawa, Meiji Restoration, or the Onin War? Edo or Tokugawa is the answer. Let's go to number 14. What is Ratatouille the musical, also frequently referred to as Remy the Ratatouille or Ratatouille? An internet meme, a Broadway musical, or a Disney movie? An internet meme. Which river has one of the largest islands, Formosa Island? Columbia, Lena, or Thames? And the Thames is the answer. Let's go to question 16. Of these, which does not serve as a different name for a wolverine? Capybara, Caracaju, or glutton? Capybara. Which of the following is recognized as having been televised first among panel shows? Information Please, The Spelling Bee, or American Pageant Queen? Information Please. What group did Squeaky Fromme belong to when he attempted to kill U.S. President Gerald Ford? The Palestine Liberation Army, the Manson family, or Al-Qaeda? And the answer is the Manson family. Question 19. How many people generally play a single game of solitaire? 1, as many as can be fitted around the board, or 1 to 4? And the answer is 1. What idiom is used to describe people who are temporarily in charge of a child and guard fragilitas, in flagrante delicto, or in loco parentis? In loco parentis. Who directed The African Queen and the Maltese Falcon? John Huston, Alfred Hitchcock, or Howard Hawks? John Huston. Question 22. Which English botanist achieved fame for his studies carried out during voyages to Iceland in 1772, the Pacific and Canada's East Coast in 1766? George Shaw, Joseph Banks, or Charles Darwin? Joseph Banks. What species of grass is also referred to as the Dura, Indian millet, Guinea corn, or Kaffir corn? Saffron, spinifex, or sorghum? Sorghum. Question 24. What happened to Violetta in the opera La Traviata by Verdi? She died of consumption, she goes mad and accidentally commits suicide, or she was beheaded? And the answer is she died of consumption. What's the composition of Krugerrands, the old South African currency? Gold-plated nickel, silver, or gold? And the answer is gold. Question 26. What airport had 2 name changes by the time operations started in 1948 and then underwent a 3rd name change in 1963? O'Hare, JFK, or LaGuardia? John F. Kennedy International Airport. Question 27. What sport is associated with the PGA? Parachuting, golf, or archery? And the answer is golf. Question 28. What occurrence is relevant to the Bourbons in 1814 and 1815 and Charles II of Europe of England in 1660? Which executions, abdication, or restoration? Restoration is the answer. Question 29. Which of the following writers had Augustine Aloysius as their middle names? James Joyce, Oscar Wilde, or Charles Dickens? James Joyce is the answer. Who is credited with developing the rules that distinguish North American football or gridiron from other ball games? John William Heisman, Walter Chauncey Camp, or Fielding Harris Yost? Walter Chauncey Camp is the answer. Question 31. Which century saw the construction of Angkor Wat's Hindu temple complex? The 8th century, 12th, or 15th century? The 12th century is the answer. It is believed to have been developed in the West as an idea in 1508 and in its present highly oxygen-permeable incarnation today: osteophagal stent, artificial heart valve, or the contact lens? Contact lens. Which of the following is a body of water on Britain's west coast that connects the islands of Ireland and Great Britain to the Atlantic Ocean in the south? The Slieve, the Irish Sea, or Bristol Channel? The Irish Sea. Which social and marine drama TV show's title and lead character's name were allegedly both influenced by the names of mythical sea creatures: El Barco, the Onedin Line, or Enfados? The Onedin Line. Question 35. How is historical materialism best defined? Materials used in recording history, history making pragmatic decisions, or the theory of history associated with Karl Marx? The theory of history associated with Karl Marx. What did John Maynard Keynes do from 1883 to 1946? Economic theorist and philosopher, theologian, or politician? Economic theorist and philosopher. As of 2023, who is the only cricketer to have scored 400 runs in a single test match innings? Brian Lara, Sachin Tendulkar, or Ricky Ponting? Brian Lara is the answer. Question 38. What condition is a person with an abnormal phobia of dogs experiencing? Mysophobia, hemiophobia, or cynophobia? Cynophobia is the answer. What would you be doing if you were a member of a claque? Manufacturing material, gossiping, or applauding to order? Applauding to order is the answer. Question 40. Which of these is an island-only state in Australia? Woomera, Tasmania, or Queensland? Tasmania is the answer. Question 41. What subject sparked a great deal of public sentiment in the U.S. when Harriet Beecher Stowe's book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, was published in 1852? Slavery, segregated education, or women's suffrage? And slavery is the answer. Question 42. Which comedy panel program from 2019 was co-created by the comedian Josh Widdicombe? Celebrity Juice, Hypothetical, or A League of Their Own? Hypothetical is the answer. Question 43. What is the organization OPEC concerned with in terms of production? Oil, diesel, or petrol? Oil. What record-breaking height did Renaud Lavillenie set in the men's pole vault at the 2012 Olympics? 4.95 meters, 5.05, or 5.97 meters? 5.97 meters. The Bayovar Depression is where? Sechura Desert, Peru, Atacama Desert, Chile, or the Katara Depression, Bayovar? The Sechura Desert in Peru. What do geologists generally study? Earth's properties, products and processes, structure and evolution, the nature and distribution of major and trace elements on Earth, or Earth's landforms in relation to their geologic processes? Earth's properties, products and processes, structure and evolution. The French playwright and political activist Olympe de Gouges is best recognized today for being an early feminist who pushed for equal rights for women. How was she killed? Mysterious plane crash, burned at the stake, or guillotined? She was guillotined. Where is the setting of the TV series novel Neverwhere? The London Below, London, UK, At the End of the Rainbow, or Las Vegas, Nevada? The London Below, London, UK. What does meant by enjambment? Running the syntax of one line of verse through to the next, riding astride instead of side saddle, or the styling of trouser legs? Running the syntax of one line of verse through to the next. Question 50. What modern activity has its roots in a scramble that was held at Camberley, Surrey, England in 1924? Rallying, motocross, or BMX? Motocross is the answer. Question 51. Bonus question. Numerous Native Americans reside in rural settings on reserves without street addresses and without access to residential postal delivery. And now we have question 51. Which of these belongs to the family of crows? Condor, flamingo, or magpie? Magpie is the answer. In 2000, who tied the knot with Welsh actress Catherine Zeta-Jones? Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas, or Jack Douglas? Michael Douglas is the answer. Question 53. What is the largest port city in Ethiopia? Assab, Mombasa, or it does not have a port? It does not have a port is the answer. Question 54. Which country's Ngidringadra highlands are a section of mountain range that spans much of its length from north to south? Morocco, Madagascar, or Mozambique? Madagascar. With Angelica Houston, Drew Barrymore, Dougray Scott, what fairy tale serves as the inspiration for the movie Ever After? Cinderella, Snow White, or Sleeping Beauty? Cinderella. Why was the Stanley Cup, which is given to the NHL playoff champion each year, not presented during the 2004-2005 campaign? It was replaced, the result was a draw, or the season was canceled. The NHL season was canceled. Which of these is a wine descriptor frequently used to describe Pinot Noir dominated champagne to describe the fragrance and flavors of bread dough? Corny, tangy, or biscuity? Biscuity is the answer. Let's go to question 58. Which of these significant bodies of water froze over in 890 CE and again in 1010 CE? Lake Victoria, the Nile River, or Lake Taupo? The Nile River is the answer. Let's go to 59. Which internationally well-known TV character frequently draws analogies to Bjorn Franzen, a former player who is now a businessman? Sex and the City, Game of Thrones, or The Muppet Show? The Muppet Show is the answer. Question 60. What is the alternative term for egg white? Omelette, vitellus, or albumen? Albumin or albumin is the answer. Question 61. Which other TV show has a spin-off, Torchwood? Black Torch, Doctor Who, or The 100? This is from 2006 to 2011. And the answer is Doctor Who. Let's go to question 62. The Black Current flows where? East across the Atlantic Ocean, southwards underneath the English Channel, or west side of the North Pacific Ocean? West side of the North Pacific Ocean. What takes place between a pair of teams rotating between striking and fielding and involves striking a ball using a round bat before sprinting over bases? Softball, rounders, or cricket? Rounders is the answer. Question 64. After what is the dahlia plant named? Anders Dahl, student of botanist Carl Linnaeus, Roald Dahl, the writer, or Luxembourg village where it was cultivated? Anders Dahl, student of botanist Carl Linnaeus, is the answer. Where was the Pacific War fought? Western South America, West Indies, New Zealand, and Western Australia. This is between 1879 and 1883. Western South America is the answer. Question 66. What slang term describes a person who sells stolen goods? Gate, pillar, or fence? Fence is the answer. Question 67. What is the name of the mathematical function that, when compared to all other calculable functions, can be proven to expand asymptotically the fastest? Running rat, busy beaver, or calculus cat? Busy beaver is the answer. What is the name of the group of insects with two membranous, typically transparent wings, including mosquitoes, houseflies, and gnats? Diptera, Trichoptera, or Lepidoptera? Diptera. Which of these cocktails has rum as the main ingredient? Pina colada, kamikaze, or screwdriver? Pina colada is the answer. Question 70. In what events is the Melbourne Cup held? Horses, boats, or go-karts? That's the Melbourne Cup. And the answer is horses. Question 71. Who was captured by British police on July 31st, 1910, thanks to their early adoption of the wireless telegram's innovative technology? Lord Lucken, Dr. Crippen, or John Dillinger? Lord Lucken. Question 72. Which book has a sequel, Catriona? Treasure Island, Kidnapped, or Mutiny on the Bounty? Kidnapped. Who hosted the BBC Two specials Law and Disorder in Philadelphia, A Place for Pedophiles, The Most Hated Family in America, and more? Louis Theroux, David Frost, or Sean Summerfield? Louis Theroux. What city is Algeria's capital? Tunis, Cairo, or Algiers? Algiers is the answer. Let's go to question 75. An almost 1,000-year-old grave of a person who was well respected in their society was discovered in 1968 in Finland, but in what way was it unusual? The person had extreme dwarfism, it was possibly non-binary, or they were buried with a person of the same gender. The gender of the person was possibly non-binary. Which of the following is true of Odo of Cluny, Notker the Semmer, and Wulfstan the Cantor throughout the Middle Ages? They are early medieval composers, they were champion swordsmen, or they lived until they were 100. They are early medieval composers. Question 77. Who demolished the Solomonic Temple in Jerusalem? Caesar, Nero, or Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar. Which one of these instruments is a percussionist instrument? The tuba, the oboe, or cymbals? Cymbals is the answer. Let's go to question 79. What collection of man-made biological ecosystems was available to the public in 2001 near St. Blazey and St. Austell in Cornwall? The Eden Project, Mitchell Park Domes, or the Gardens of Helligan? The Eden Project. In 1988, what was referred to in the media as the Battle of the Carmens? Singing, figure skating, or dressage? Figure skating is the answer. Which city saw the opening of Roland Macy's new Macy & Company store in 1858, which operated there for nearly 40 years? Paris, London, or New York? And New York is the answer. Let's go to question 82. In the late 1950s and the early 1960s, what was the twang machine? A rectangular guitar, the Malharp, or 1957 Ford Thunderbird? A rectangular guitar is the answer. Question 83. What does diachronic linguistics refer to? Parallel language development, changes in sounds and grammar of a language, or the study of pitch in a language? Changes in sounds and grammar. Question 84. Which one of these television series was created by Matt Groening? The Simpsons, Beavis and Butthead, or The Family Guy? The Simpsons is the answer. Where is the longitude of 0 degrees measured? Greenwich, Madrid, or Vienna? Greenwich. Question 86. When was the movie Pinky made, which deals with the struggles and experiences of an African American who has lived as a white person? 1989, 1969, or 1949? And the answer is 1949. Question 87. What is the name of the Psygnosis release in 1991 that became an enduringly well-liked game? Brodicus, Lemmings, or Discworld? Lemmings. Which constellation contains the many stars of Polaris? Southern Cross, Milky Way, or Ursa Minor? And the answer is Ursa Minor. Question 89. What event did Desiree Linden win in 2018? The Boston Marathon, Tour de France, or Round the World Yacht Race? And the answer is the Boston Marathon. Question 90. In the Battle of Hattin in 1187, who prevailed over the ruler of Jerusalem, Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, or Saladin? Saladin is the answer. That was in 1187. What forms the foundation of the musical A Beautiful Noise? The music of George Gershwin, the life and music of Neil Diamond, or pregnancy and birth? The life and music of Neil Diamond is the answer. Question 92. What is the alternate term for the pith helmet, a distinctly British item of tropical headgear? Trilby, Tupac, or topi? Topi is the answer. Question 93. Which of these is an English pianist, bandleader, singer, songwriter, composer, TV presenter, author, and member of the band Squeeze? Bono, Sting, or Jules Holland? Jules or Jules Holland is the answer. Question 94. Which medical term best describes trypanosomiasis? Cooking addiction, sleeping sickness, or Parkinson's disease? And the answer is sleeping sickness. Question 95. What region of the U.S. is now referred to as the area that was referred to as Cimarron Territory until 1890? The Texas Panhandle, Yellowstone National Park, or the Oklahoma Panhandle? The Oklahoma Panhandle. Question 96. What city is the Mayon volcano located in? This should be what country? The Philippines, Japan, or Peru? And the answer is the Philippines. According to the advertising for the 1998 movie, Robbie, a singer, and Julia, a waitress, are both engaged, but to the wrong people. A Star is Born, The Wedding Singer, or Begin Again? The Wedding Singer is the answer. And question 98. What causes the perceived shower, periodic reentry of space debris into the atmosphere, Earth's passing through a comet's debris, or Earth's passing through debris from other constellations? And the answer is Earth's passing through debris from other constellations. Question 99. What is the mythical Babar character? A chef, a small monkey, or an elephant? The answer is an elephant. Last question for today. In the wake of the electric vehicle, how do people refer to internal combustion engines? ICE, fossil engines, or granddad's global warmer? ICE is the answer. And let's go to the bonus question. What requirement did the 2013 Voter Identification Act in North Dakota, U.S. impose that sparked years of protests and a Supreme Court case? Let us know the answer in the comments. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you next time.